The Arizona Cardinals' first division matchup starts in week 4. And of course, we play the undefeated San Francisco 49ers. But let me tell you why the Arizona Cardinals are not worried about the 49ers and what we need to do to try to stay competitive in this game. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Definitely don't be one of these guys that love to hover around the channel. Just subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social platforms. Everything will be in the description below. Alright, everybody, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about our very first division matchup. And of course, heading into week 4 for the Arizona Cardinals, we play a very tough matchup with the San Francisco 49ers and one of the very few teams that are still undefeated, and that is the 49ers. Now, as of right now, coming off this amazing, shocking win for the Cardinals, right? Beating the Dallas Cowboys, shocking the world. There seems to be a little level of hope for Cardinal fans, right? Like, after that win, I think that kind of ignited a special level of, hey, we might have something here this year for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I don't think a lot of us are thinking playoffs, but we might not be those bottom feeders that a lot of national people portray the Arizona Cardinals to be. Now, the Cardinals have proven so far to be a team that has learned from their mistakes from week 1 to week 2 and to week 3. One of the biggest knocks on the Cardinals is obviously their lack of depth in their roster, and being that some people are saying this is not an NFL roster, honestly, I think with what we've seen from the Cardinals so far this year is we see a team that's gritty, we see a team that's competitive, we see a team that wants to win games, right? The times of we are tanking as a Arizona Cardinal organization is kind of long gone after beating the Dallas Cowboys team, which was, you know, a favor to be in the Super Bowl, if not the Super Bowl, then making a deep playoff run. So it's definitely a good win here for the Cardinals heading into week 4. Now, obviously, a lot to talk about when we think about the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. The last 6 matchups here we've had against the 49ers, we are currently 3-3 against the 49ers. I'm a big advocate of saying any given Sunday, especially for division games. We have seen some situations where 49er teams where they are primed to go deep into the playoffs, but they struggle against an Arizona Cardinal team, right? Now, last year, of course, the 49ers ended up sweeping the Cardinals because, you know, we just weren't a good team, right? The Cliff Kingsbury experiment was long overdue. He needed to get fired, and finally we got a new breath of fresh air with Jonathan Gannon, and we have seen a different culture, a new different way of, you know, playing a game of football. Some things here the Arizona Cardinals need to do in order for us to stay competitive against this 3-0 team. Now, I think right now we do have a pretty good recipe for success, and that is the whole bend but don't break, that whole situation. Now, here's the funny thing that a lot of people don't know is that the Cardinals seeming to be leading in most of these games, right, that we've had so far. We've had 3 games, and we should have been 3-0, believe it or not. Like, in that Commanders game, we were in that to the very end. In that Giants game, we were completely torching them, and of course, unfortunately, we allowed them to come back. And in that Cowboys game, we never lost the lead. Like, this Cardinal team is actually wanting to play hard, play physical, play gritty. I truly do believe if we can contain in what we did against the Dallas Cowboys, now I get it, right? The 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys are completely 2 different beasts, right? Now, it does kind of look like with the removal of Ezekiel Elliott that this kind of is an offense that is run through Dak Prescott, right? Now, Tony Pollard is a very good running back, but McCaffrey and Tony Pollard, I don't think they're in the same realm. McCaffrey is a very, very good running back, a dual type running back, and that's definitely something that the Arizona Cardinals need to keep their eye on. Right now, I think it would be foolish for me to say we need to go ahead and shut down McCaffrey, because believe it or not, McCaffrey is one of those guys that this offense is going to run through, right? And that is either throwing the ball to him out of the backfield, screen plays, or just running the ball down your throat, right? Right now, McCaffrey has 60 carries, 353 yards, and 3 touchdowns, right? He averages 5.9 yards a carry, and to me, obviously, I would love to see the Arizona Cardinals shut him down, but that's not going to happen, right? Now, the Cardinals have been plagued with a lot of injuries, especially on our defensive line, losing people like LJ Collier as well as Carlos Watkins. So I think with what happened against the Dallas Cowboys game, we made them play a style of football that I don't think they were quite used to doing, right? And I think that's why one of the main reasons why the Arizona Cardinals got that win, because although Tony Pollard did get over 120 yards on the ground against the Arizona Cardinals, he didn't seem like the big X factor, right, for them to, in order for them to get that win. So I think it's very different when we are playing a 49ers team, because that team is going to be, let's run the ball down your throat. And that's one thing I do fear as a Cardinal fan, is that Christian McCaffrey is going to get his yards, right? That's definitely something that's going to happen, especially with so many injuries with the Arizona Cardinals in the defensive line. This is going to be a guy that the Cardinals need to obviously look out for, right? And now it would be foolish for me to not acknowledge the fact that they still got weapons on the outside, right? Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, as of right now, he is listed as questionable, but I think he might play in this game. And obviously one of the best tight ends that have been playing this game in the most recent years, George Kittle. So right now, the biggest unknown factor, and I think a lot of the negativity that's coming around the San Francisco 49ers, is a quarterback in Brock Purdy that some people still don't 100% believe in him. But honestly, looking at as a Cardinal fan, what more do you need to see from a Brock Purdy, right? I think he's definitely done enough for 49er fans to really believe in what he's done so far, right? Definitely got a winning record. As of right now, his stats stand as 736 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, has a QBR rating of 78.8. So this kid right here has a knack for playing a style of football that Kyle Shanahan and him make it flourish, right? Whatever they're doing is working, because he's got no interceptions on this year. I do believe that this is a match made in heaven for Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan as well. But if we can allow the Arizona Cardinals to take the passing game out, and I mean the wide receivers on the outside, and only allow McCaffrey to beat us, although that can really kind of turn around upside down for the Cardinals, that might be the best style of defense we might need to play against the San Francisco 49ers, because we do know that they're going to score points, right? And I think it's going to be mainly led through McCaffrey, although I don't believe that, Purdy is some sort of slouch quarterback. I think he's a very capable quarterback and is going to go ahead and get some yards, but we have to be one of those defenses that are going to have to pick and choose, right? We're going to have to be one of those defenses, especially in this game where it's a bend but don't break type of defense. And I think that's going to be the approach that the Cardinals need to take in this game, where we know they're going to get their yards, right? We just got to make sure that the Cardinals limit them to field goals. It's the type of football that I would like to see in this game, where the Arizona Cardinals are going to be playing a game of chess, because they're going to get their points. It's just what it is. Now, we also do got to acknowledge that division games, anything can happen in division games, right? There was a year, I believe it was 2018, where the Arizona Cardinals had no chance of winning against the San Francisco 49ers, and we had Josh Rosen at the helm, right? And we somehow swept the 49ers in the year of 2018. So that's just kind of one of those things where you really don't know what this game is going to come out to be, right? Now, per the favorites, the 49ers are absolutely favored to win this game against the Cardinals. Now, there might be some people that, might look at this and be like, well, maybe the Cardinals might upset, right? We don't truly know as Arizona Cardinal fans. All we know as Arizona Cardinal fans is this is what we need to do in order for us to stay competitive in this game. Have a turnover-free type of game, right? And that's including our running backs and Joshua Dobbs. No interceptions, which he has done a good job so far of not having interceptions. Obviously, in that week 1, there were some fumbles that obviously hurt the Arizona Cardinals, but we need to play a turnover-free type of game. We need to make sure that James Conner is the one that's going to be toting that rock. We need to lead by James Conner, because once James Conner gets going and we open up that run game, that opens up our play action, that opens up our bootlegs. So I think right now, with what Drew Petzing's offense has in store for this 49er defense, is that we need to be able to make sure that our run game gets going, because if we can't get that going, we're going to put it in the hands of Joshua Dobbs. And I think that although he has been playing good for the Cardinals and what he's been doing so far in these 3 games, if we're truly trying to get a win in this game, we need to make sure that James Conner gets going. It has to happen. It absolutely does. So once James Conner gets going, it opens up our whole entire offense, right? And that's obviously Marquise Hollywood-Brown on the outside. We got Michael Wilson on the other side, and Zach Ertz up the middle. So although we haven't really seen a lot of Zach Ertz, or he really hasn't had those big splash plays, or at least Josh Dobbs and Zach Ertz wasn't really able to connect in those big splash plays as of right now. Hopefully with more reps, hopefully with more time on the field with each other, they can go ahead and nail that down, because if we can get that solid weapon, either if it's Zach Ertz or even Trey McBride, I think that opens up another form of being dynamic on the offensive side of the ball. And if the 49ers truly think that the Arizona Cardinals are just going to allow them, to get this win and lay down, I got another thing coming for you. The Arizona Cardinals basically have done so much better, right, than anybody anticipated so far this year. Yes, we are 1-2, but don't allow that record to fool you. The Cardinals are on every single one of these games. They're playing hard. They want to win games. It's just the bottom line. So let me know what your guys' thoughts here in this game. What are your keys to success? What do you think the Cardinals need to do in order for us to win this game? I have said this multiple times in this video where it's any given Sunday, and on top of that, it's a division game. So you don't know exactly what's going to happen. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this game. Go ahead and put your predictions here in the comments below. I appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.